Welcome back to Colony. I'm playing the solitaire version, and we only have this many dice left. And I'm at 4 points. My best score ever has been 8 points. Let's see if I can do better, or at least tie it this time. And so I'm not going to go over the rules. Of course, we're just going to get right into it. This is part 2, the conclusion. And so this time I'm going to have an unstable 4, a stable 4. And I'm only going to be rolling the 3 stable dice, and I get to choose one of them. I'd like to get a 4, so I could possibly buy the transmogrifier. And we'll see if that's possible. 2 5s and a 6. So, that is not what I got. Okay, but I'm going to keep a 5. So I'm going to get rid of a 5 and a 6. I'm going to use my pawn shop this time. The pawn shop says take any one die and turn it into a stable 5. So we're going to take that one, and we're just going to make it a stable 5. So at least we can keep it for next time. Or did I want to do that? Yeah, I think I wanted to go ahead and do that. Oh, and yeah, we already did that one. So basically, I can't really get anything out here for 2 5s and a 4. There's nothing I can buy. And so, really, that's going to be sort of the end of my turn. But I can put these in my warehouse. So I'm going to have 2 5s and a 4 in my warehouse. And then, of course, everything's going to refresh. Now, we're going to use a constructor to get 2 chippies, of course, because we want to be able to roll extra dice. And so at the start of my next turn, then I will cash in those 2 chippies to give me 2 unstable dice to roll. I'm going to be rolling, of course, the 3 stable dice. And out of my warehouse comes the 2 5s and a 4. Now let's see what I can get with the 5 dice I'm rolling this time. And, okay, oh, that is just horrible. I get all the 4s I need on all stable dice and a 1 and 2. 1, 2, 3. Okay, not too bad. I get to keep the 1 and 2, of course, because that's just, they're the unstable die. You get to keep them. The 3 4s, obviously, I'll be keeping 1 4. The other ones go out of the game, so I'm getting really, really low on resources for dice. The game is almost over. But now I have 2 4s, 2 5s, a 1 and 2. So I think I'm going to use my upgrade ability again. So I'm going to have a 1, 2, and a 4. I'm missing a 3, but I can... Oh, and I didn't give myself the unstable 4, which I should have for the fabric replicator. So I'm going to do that right now as well. So let me rethink this. Now I have 3... Oh, this makes me think. And the constructor lets me build 2... I can build 2 at a time if I construct... But it looks like I can only build 1 building, I think. Because I have 3 4s, which lets me build the transmogrifier. So I will construct this turn. So I'm going to spend the 3 4s. And I'm going to build the transmogrifier. And of course my tableau is getting so big now. I'll try to fit it all in here so at least you can see most of it in the camera. That leaves me off 2 5s, a 1 and 2. And I do have the pawn shop, which lets me take any die I want and turn it into a stable 5. So I'll take the 1, turn it into a stable 5. And my stabilizer lets me take any unstable die and make it a stable die. So we're going to take the unstable 2, make it a stable 2. So you can see as you get collecting more cards, you get more and more abilities. And I used the constructor, so I'm not going to get the chippies at the end of this turn. Alright, so it's basically the end of my turn. So I'm going to store the 4 dice, 3 5s, and a 2 in my warehouse. Everything else is going to go back to where it was. And I might actually change places with these 2 cards so I don't get things too messed up. And taking a look at that, now I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 5 victory points, but I am really short on dice. And I basically spent a lot of dice that turn, but I have 3 5s and a 2 left. No chippies, though. So I'm going to take 3 stable dice. So for my next turn, out of the warehouse comes 3 5s and a 2. And looking at 3 5s and a 2, I can already buy the fabric replicator. So let's, oh, and keeping in mind I get an unstable 4 for the fabric replicator. And the transmogrifier lets me re-roll a die, any one I want. And I get to stabilize a die, and I get to turn anything into a 5. So, yeah, I don't know. Let's see. We're going to get one of these anyway. So I'm going to get a 4, 2 4s and a 2, and I think I'm going to keep that 2. And we're going to get rid of the other dice. And so what am I going to do here? It doesn't really matter. I think the stabilizer, I might as well use it, will turn the unstable 4 into a stable 4, just because. So now I have 3 5s, 1 4, and 2 2s. And if I look at what I can buy, 3 5s and a 2, I can get another fabric replicator. Or I can turn any one die into a 5. So does 4 5s give me anything useful? It doesn't. 3 5s and a 2, 4 5s wouldn't help me. 4 5s and 2 2s. No, I think it does. We're going to use the pawn shop, and we're going to turn this 4 into a 5. So that's what our pawn shop does. Now I have 4 5s and 2 2s. And, oh no, that's the wrong card. Where's the 4 5s and 2 2s? Oh, I was looking at, that's 3 2s. Oh man. So this card is 1, 2, 3, 4 5s and 3 2s. I don't quite have that this turn. So I think I'm not going to build anything. I'm going to warehouse this stuff because I have 6 dice I can warehouse at the end of my turn. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to warehouse the 6 dice, the 4 5s and 2 2s, and I'm going to get 2 chippies for the construction. And so let's refresh everything again for my next turn, and I think I'm going to be able to buy that, although I'm really running out of dice here, and I think I only have basically 1 turn left. Oh man, this is terrible. Okay, so I'm going to cash in the 2 chippies. That's going to give me 2 unstable dice to roll. I get 1 unstable 4 for the fabric replicator. I have to cash in one of these dice because I have to have 3 here in the pool. So I have to take one out of my warehouse for solitaire rules, and I have to throw it back in here. Otherwise I won't be able to roll 3 dice from the pool this time. So these are the dice I have available. And I'm going to get to roll these 3 plus the 2, and I'm hoping to buy the power supplement. So let's see if I can get what I need, but I have the stabilizer in the pawn shop, so that should help me out. So I get a 4 and a 3. I get to keep the 1, 2, and 1, 2, and the 6, and I don't think it matters what I keep. I'll keep the 2, throw the other ones out. All right, and now I'm going to have to do some thinking because I have 4 5s, 2 2s, I have 2 4s and a 3. Let's see here. I can stabilize 1 die, so I'll stabilize. Well, I can't stabilize them because I don't have any dice yet. So hang on, I got to do this in the right order. And I can actually re-roll a die if I want to. So why don't I re-roll this 3? Because maybe if it turns into a 5 or a 2, I can keep some of the stable dice. And I rolled a 2. So one of these stable 2s I can hang on to and use the unstable 2. Okay. So I think I'm going to construct. Well, it didn't really matter. I have 4 5s and 3 2s. So I'm going to cash in the 4 5s and the 3 2s, and that will allow me to buy the power supplement. And that's going to give me an unstable 5 and unstable 2 every turn. So I'm going to have to even move my cards down some more here. We haven't built it yet. And the stabilizer, let's see, I can turn any die into a stable 5. So I'm going to turn this 4 into a stable 5. And I'm going to use the stabilizer to stabilize that 4 into a stable 4. And I have constructed this turn, power supplement. And now I am finished my turn. And so I have all of these cards now. Of course, off to the side here is my supply exchange and my warehouse. When I have two, I'll just put the two here in the vault. Okay, now let's take a look at my points. I have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 7 victory points. Not sure if yes, because I got 2 for the power supplement. So let me get this all straightened out. I get a 5 and a 2 for the power supplement. I get a unstable 4 for the fabric replicator. I have 2 in the vault. I don't get any chippies because I built last turn, but I can, from the pool, I can grab 3 stable dice. So this turn I'm going to have all of these dice out here, and I'm going to roll 3 and keep 1. So right now I have 2 5s, 2 4s, and a 2, and I'm rolling a 5, 3, and a 1. So I think I'm going to keep the 5. I'm going to get rid of the 3 and the 1. Because with 3 5s and a 2, or actually 3 4s and a 2, I can get the protein lab. I'm going to have to think about this. There may be a better way. I might be able to upgrade something because I need a 1, 2, 3, and a 4. But I don't think I can manipulate. I can re-roll. Wow, this is a tough decision. I think... Wow, I'm not sure what to do here. This is almost my second last turn. I'm going to have to think about it. Okay, I've thought about it, and I am going to use these 3 5s and the unstable 2, cashing them in to get another fabric, can't say that for some reason, fabric replicator. So that's going to give me 2 of them. And that still leaves me 2 4s. I am going to take my stabilizer. Oh, that's not going to work because I need 3 dice. Huh. Okay, well, that's not going to matter because I need to be able to pull 3 dice to have another turn. And so I did construct this time, so I can't get the 2 chippies for that. And I'm not going to be doing anything else this turn. So this 4 unfortunately goes away. I'm going to be able to bank that one. But let's take a look here. I'm going to have 2 unstable 4s for the 2 fabric replicators. I am going to have an unstable 5 and an unstable 2 for the power supplement. And that's it. So all the dice that are going to be available this turn are going to be 3 4s, a 5, and a 2. And this is going to be my last turn because... Or is it? Yeah, it is, because once I roll these, I have to throw 2 of them away. So this is my last turn. Can I get some extra points? I have a 4, a 1, and a 3. 1, 2, 3, and a 4, eh? Oh, man, I'm going to have to think about which dice to keep, which is going to give me the most points. And right now, I'm at 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, wait a second. I'm at 8 points. I forgot to count. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm at 8 points. Hey, I might be able to beat my 8-point total, and I'm going to have to think about it, and then I'm going to have to come back and decide. Okay, I think the only thing that I can really do, I think I can only get 1 more point. I was trying to figure out how I could possibly get 2 more points, but I don't think it's at all possible. So I'm going to keep the 1. These 2, of course, go out of the game. I will not be able to have another turn because there's only 2 stable dice left. So this is basically my very last turn. I can't do anything else. But I have a 1, 2, and I have a 4. And I have 2 4s, so I'm going to use my supply exchange to cash in these 2 4s to give me a 3, which is excellent. So now I have a 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to use my upgrade ability. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I get to upgrade one of my level 1 buildings to a level 2. And I'm going to upgrade the power supply from a level 1 up to a level 2. Which is then going to give me that extra victory point. So these go away. Of course, there's only 2 stable dice left to pull from the pool. I don't have 3. It's the end of the turn. This 5 is virtually useless because I can't do anything with it, and that's going to conclude the game. Now, if I look at my total points, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have beat my total of 8. So that's 9 points for the solitaire game. And this was Colony, so that's very quickly Well, I guess not too quickly. It took maybe 45 minutes to get through it all. How you play Colony, sort of in a nutshell. I hope I haven't messed up any of the rules. Not extremely difficult. This was the solitaire version. The reason I did the solitaire version is because there's a few playthroughs out there already of the not solitaire version. So I thought I'd give you an idea of how the solitaire play works. You're basically trying to get as many points as possible. So 9, that's not bad. Like I said previously, I've only been able to get 8 points, so 9 is not too bad at all. So thanks so much for watching along. And once again, I got to do a shout out to Rob Oren because I won this game in one of his giveaways on his YouTube channel. So look up Rob Oren, O-R-E-N, on YouTube. Great guy, great channel. If you're into miniatures painting from your board games as well, he does a great series of videos on that topic as well. So I got to say thanks so much to Rob for this. I hope everyone has enjoyed the playthrough. So this was a solitaire version of Colony. And once again, thanks so much to everyone for watching along. Thanks for the comments, the subscriptions, the likes. Really appreciate it. So join me next time for yet another complete card, dice, or board game playthrough here on my channel. That's what I do. So thanks again so much. And we'll see you next time for another complete series.